Hello, I'm Chris Williams and welcome to my video blog reviewing the MotoGP and Formula 1 races which happened on the morning of October the 10th, 2010. So yes, in the last few moments, Jorge Lorenzo has sealed the MotoGP World Championship, and congratulations to him. I've really been watching MotoGP for the last couple of years. I started watching it, as a matter of fact, the year before he entered the Premier class of motorbikes. And it's fair to say that having been a big fan of Formula 1 throughout my life, I regard him as being the Ayrton Senna of motorbikes. It was a shame that Rossi beat him to the victory at the Malaysian Grand Prix held in Sepang, and of course Andre Dovizioso came second in that race, but it meant that we didn't see the Lorenzo flag being unveiled. But it didn't matter because we saw a hilarious celebration featuring Super Mario and Luigi, and also Jorge Lorenzo holding up a sign with "Game Over" written on it. It took him a long time to get back to the pits, as you might have seen if you watched the coverage. His Spanish flag got wrapped up in his back wheel, so his celebration wasn't as perfect as what it to be, and I'm sure that he's quite disappointed he didn't get the race victory. After all, he started on pole position and had a good battle with Dovizioso at the beginning. Casey Stoner, of course, crashed out again on the first lap, so that now makes it practically impossible for him to finish in the top 3 of the championship. And of course, if like me you're a fan of most motorsports, you would have turned over to the MotoGP a few months after the Formula 1 ended. And indeed, I'm now going to spend the rest of this book talking about Formula 1. A big accident for Lucas Di Grassi on the way to the grid at the Japanese Grand Prix. Quite a bizarre accident, actually. He seemed to lose control on a bit of moisture on the track. So he didn't start the race, and then once the race did start, there was quite a good number of laps under the safety car. I blame Felipe Massa for the big accident in which Sergei Petrov crashed into front of Nico Hülkenberg on the starting grid. I think it was a shame for both Petrov and Hülkenberg. I think they're both two very talented drivers. And of course, as you will have seen, the crash then proceeded with Massa going onto the grass at the first corner and crashing into Liuzzi. So it ended up with 5 cars out of the race by the end of the first lap. And of course then Kubica, who was an excellent second at the end of the first lap, then had a surprise mechanical failure. Oh no, it wasn't a mechanical failure actually. I remember that his right rear tyre fell off in very bizarre circumstances, so that put an end to his race. Lewis Hamilton was doing quite well, but then he reported that he had lost 3rd gear, and it meant that he then had to surrender his position to Jenson Button. Hamilton, of course, if you didn't personally know, started in 8th place on the grid after qualifying 3rd in the qualifying session, which, like myself, I imagine you didn't see, but it was on a ridiculous time of the morning here in the United Kingdom. And he worked his way up to 4th, with Button 5th, and then, as I say, by being without 3rd, he had to let Button pass by him. Button, of course, took some time to come in for his pit stop. He led a few of the laps, but it's fair to say that Vettel won the race from pole with Webber in 2nd place. Alonso finished 3rd, which, if I remember rightly, is whereabouts he started on the grid to begin with. Schumacher and Rosberg had a titanic battle, and it ended up with Rosberg crashing out rather heavily. Fortunately, he was uninjured. So yes, the championship table now definitely underlines the fact that this year's 2010 World Championship will be probably go down to the wire, and the winner will either be Mark Webber or hopefully Fernando Alonso. I would have preferred Jenson Button or Lewis Hamilton to be the champion this year, but as most people have said on the internet in the last few moments, it is the McLaren is not very good at the moment. Some people say it's far too slow and unreliable, and particularly given that Hamilton is likely to have to change his gearbox for the second time in a row. So I think that you get 25 points for a win now, and of course Button is exactly 25 points behind, I understand. So you need Webber, Vettel and Alonso to not score any points in the upcoming races for him to stand a chance of winning. Of course, if he were to win the race and Webber were to finish less than 4th in one of the races, then he halves the gap between himself and Webber. I think it's now likely that it's going to be between Mark Webber and Alonso. And I think that Alonso, given Ferrari's resources, is the best placed to seal the title. And what a big surprise that will be, given that he had a rather mediocre season in between his debut victory in Bahrain through to the middle point of the season when he needed Felipe Massa's help for victory at the German Grand Prix. So yes, Formula One continues with its title race unresolved. Jorge Lorenzo, the 2010 MotoGP World Champion. Shame that he won it largely due to Rossi and Pedrosa being unavailable full time to challenge for victory, so he effectively walked it. But hopefully in 2011 he'll have more of an opportunity to defend his title against those talented riders and prove that he is entitled to the championship on merit and not just because he is the only consistent rider. Okay, thanks for watching my video blog, and I hope you'll join for more videos over the next few days, weeks and months. I blog on a daily basis about a wide range of topics. And also visit my written blog, musings.chriswilliams.blogspot.com, which is like this blog, but in writing. Okay, I hope you'll join me again for my next blog, and until next time, it's bye for